Okay, we've just finished our apple pie, and one thing I want to remind, when you're doing a fruit pie and you're going into do a pumpkin pie or a pecan pie, you roll your crust out and do your crust the same way you do for the fruit, pumpkin, and pecan pie, but you bake the whole pie as one unit. So what I'm saying, you would roll your crust out, put in your pie tin, make your filling, put it here, and go in the oven and bake as one unit. If you're doing a cream pie, you would go back, blind bake this first. That's with the beans in that. And once it's all baked, pull the beans out, dock it, and finish baking the crust off. And then you go do your filling and put it into your pre-baked pie crust. So there's a difference between the two different pies. One's baked as one unit, and the other one's baked, get your shell pre-baked, then you make your filling and put it in there. So just, for some of you out there may not understand the process as far as baked as one unit versus a pre-baked pie shell. And they should tell you that in your recipes or your formulas you're doing, baking a pre-baked shell or bake in a pastry shell. So I got my pie shell here ready. And since we're coming into fall, Thanksgiving, pumpkin pie is a favorite around most households. There's a lot of different pie formulas out there. Your canned pumpkin you buy at the grocery store would have a formula on there. What I'm doing here, I got my canned pumpkin. And this here I have brown sugar, pastry flour, my spices, which I'm using an allspice, and you can use nutmeg, cinnamon, ground cloves. Allspice has a kind of a combination of all those mixers put together, so it kind of saves you a little step of having to weigh off all those little ingredients. Then I got whole milk. Whole milk comes from Walmart. Whole eggs comes from a carton at Walmart too. And then I have corn syrup and molasses. Now you can use just straight corn syrup, or you can use half and half. Here I got half corn syrup and half molasses. The molasses, I really like molasses. Molasses bring out a really nice flavor in your pumpkin and your spices too. So if you don't like molasses, you can just use straight corn syrup too. So the process here, I'm going to put my pumpkin in a mixing bowl with my paddle attachment, add my dry ingredients, which was my brown sugar, my spices, and my flour, kind of bring that together. Then I'll add my corn syrup and molasses. Then I'll add my eggs, and then I'll add my milk at the very last. So. Just will mix this on kind of a medium speed so everything comes together. It'll have kind of a pasty type form to it. You may have to stop it and scrape your bowl a little bit, make sure everything's getting incorporated into the pumpkin mixture. And scraping the bowl is real important. If you don't do that occasionally, once you get everything mixed in there, your liquids, and you get ready to pour it into your shell, you might have a big clump of powdered sugar, or not powdered sugar, but flour and brown sugar at the bottom of your bowl that's not mixed into your filling part. Okay, got this mixed up. Now I'll take my corn syrup and molasses. A little trick when you're weighing out corn syrup and molasses, but corn syrup especially, if you got like a tablespoon or teaspoon or a little half cup, however if you're measuring out at home, corn syrup is real sticky. And I take a little vegetable spray, pan spray, just spray my measuring cup, whatever I'm measuring. What that does, it helps that corn syrup release really nice and clean, so you get a good accurate measurement and you get all of it out of your measuring container. So just a little hint right there. That's a real good thing my mother-in-law doesn't have a computer at home, because she doesn't know that I can do all this stuff. And then she's seen this on the computer. She said, "Hey, make me a pie." I don't know what I would say, but probably I'm too busy. But she had a computer. I come down there and show her how to use it too. So that's another story there. So I'll get that mixed in. I'll start adding my eggs slowly. So this gets incorporated.
Okay, go for it.
Got all my eggs in there. And if you didn't have a mixer at home, of course you have to do this all by hand. It's not really hard. Just use your spoon, spatula, till it all comes together. Now I want to go back. I want to scrape this down again. Now I'll start adding my milk. Stop it, scrape it again. Get it all off the paddle. Okay, now that's ready for your pie shell. This amount here will make 2 9-inch deep dish pumpkin pies. So it depends on what recipe you're using. It may call for an 8-inch, but most of your pie tins anymore, pie pans, are 9-inch deep dish. So take this. Before I pour it in, I just want to make sure it's all mixed up really good. You don't want no chunks on the bottom. Okay. Take this and pour it into our shell. Put it on a sheet pan, baking pan, put in your oven. Baking time at 375 is roughly 45 minutes to 50 minutes. When the pie starts to set, might feel a little jiggly in the middle. Some people have a tendency to over bake it, because if you do that, when it comes out of the oven, as it's cooling down, you got eggs in this here, and as the eggs are cooling down, they're still cooking a little bit, and it will make your pie crack actually. So you want to pull it out a little early. If it's a little soft in the middle, a little jiggly, that's fine. It will continue to cook and bake while it's cooling off, and your eggs and your pie will continue to set up as it's cooling. So that's our pumpkin pie.